Is this what you talk about on the other podcasts?
No, actually, I love that we're going more into the weeds. In the other podcast, they want to know more about like how I was a skateboarder and then basically got to financial freedom. It's more about the financial freedom, what that means, and how people achieve it. Yeah. But I did a podcast yesterday with two NFL players. Oh, and one of them life after football and the other one was in it. So it's funny, man, really similar conversation of like, what did you invest in? Talking about lifestyle, the whole nine.
Listen, as athletes, man, I mean, we hear about it all the time. Football player, basketball player, millions and millions and millions of dollars contract broke.
So dude, the best thing is, right? They have me on these podcasts, right? And they think pro skateboarders make like football money. So like they're talking about it. I'm like,
pleasant surprise.
Like, dog, we're skaters. Like, this is a conversation I asked him. I'm like, what is the least amount of money you can make as a football player? And he goes, I don't know, minimum's like 500 grand a year. I'm like, 500 grand a year. There's like 4 skateboarders that get that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, everyone else is below 100 grand. And he was like, damn, you guys are grinding. You know?
Yeah.
So it's a different type of thing. But one thing they struggle with that is similar to us is when it comes to investing, the sooner you start, the better. Right. And dude, kids don't want to hear about money. Like, dude, the amount of followers I lose because I talk about money is insane. Right? Kids just don't give a shit. Sure. But it's like they go through the same thing. It's like, how can we get the youth to, even if they don't care about money, put people in place that will actually set them up, because you're going to have such a big advantage if you start early. And it's the same thing with skaters, man. It's like new kids coming in, right? If we could take the new hot pro and be like, hey, dude, this is the window you have, right? Maximize that time, start planning for what life looks like after, so that when your transition happens, you're not punched in the face and trying to figure out how to get up.
Yeah. Mikey,
set yourself up for it.
When I got my first paycheck as a skateboarder, nobody told me. Nobody told me to save my money because I'm going to owe taxes at the end of the year. Nobody told me I was an independent contractor and that money is not taxed. Like nobody told me all this.
They don't teach that in school.
I know it.
But that's what I'm saying though. It's like, this is my first business course I'm taking right now. You know what I mean?
Look, truthfully, I do. Look, none of us had an example.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you, dude. None of us had an example. The only reason I did is because my dad basically was so scared about me being a pro skateboarder that he was like, you need to go talk to Randy and you need him to help you. Right. If it wasn't for Randy, dude, I'd be in the same boat. We weren't able to watch what happened to pros after skateboarding. Right. I remember like, it just felt like they just fell off in the abyss. We're like, what happened to this dude? And there was no social media. So like, we only saw example of a pro who was really good and then had a sick car. Yeah, but it's like we didn't hear about pros that like moved into the next thing and then like succeeded, unless it was like Deerdick or Scheckler, where they went into like, it's like there were a handful of guys, but that didn't seem like that was an option for most of us. You know,
totally. I mean, listen, if I just got a little course in like, hey, this is save your money, save all your receipts, do your here's a CPA that we use, none of that. I didn't get any of that, And here I mean, what are you, like a 20-year-old kid? Like you don't know nothing about that shit.
That's right. 100%. So dude, this is, look, like as far as how our business is investing, right? Yeah. That's how we all make money. But all of the content we create is all about education. It's basically everything that we didn't learn as skaters. That's what we're building, right? Like you talked about being self-employed, right? We're taxed through our face self-employed.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? We're like searching for write-offs that just don't do it. Yeah. So how do you put yourself from self-employed into business owner and then investor, where now we're actually keeping our money, right? We didn't have that. So it's like, that's all the content we're talking about, but you hit a certain point where you start paying attention, right? Like if I spoke to Chris Roberts when he was doing nollie nose grinds for Listen, are you giving a shit about deferring taxes? No.
Probably not. Yeah. No. I just want to save money. I just want to have money.
That's right. But Chris Roberts doing Nine Club and this new kind of brand he's created. Okay, how does this work?
Well, you go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, this is how it goes.
Well, you get to a certain age where you want to have, listen, we talk about like selling out in skateboarding all the time, like, sellable monster, blah, blah, blah. Listen, man, this person's planning for their future, like this person needs to buy a house. Like, it's such a weird like stigma, where it's like, no, you can't have money.
Because skateboarding is treated by kids.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah. That's right.
I guess you're right.
That's right.
But, fucking 15-year-olds on fucking stop motion board just talking shit.
I mean, that's true too. But it's just so weird, you know? It's like, man, like you reach a certain age where you're like, okay, I need to pay rent. I need to pay power. I need to pay I got stuff to do. Yeah. I got stuff to do. And if I don't pay it, I'm going to be living out here with the guys in the tents.
I hear you. And I think the hardest thing for me, right, is like we learned such good qualities being skateboarders that work very well for investing, right? Like, dude, we don't need much. We can live off nothing. We're disciplined. We're resilient. Like, dude, those are such good qualities when it comes to, I'm going to put this money to the side and I'm not going to go out and I'm just going to focus on skateboarding. But we just need the switch to happen where you're 19, 20, 21 going, oh, okay, I'm going to pay attention to this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So this is what I think. You tell me if I'm wrong.
Go ahead.
Right? You start getting into your 30s and you're starting to pay attention to it. Maybe somebody at 25 will listen to what we're saying right now. But I don't think I'm ever going to be able to take the message I'm saying now and reach the 17-year-old. I need to reach the 25, 26. Right. And then the person who's 17, if this person starts doing it and talking about it, then they might be influenced by it. But
I think you're right.
It makes sense.
No, it makes sense. But I also think that it's never too late, right? I mean, like,
no,
it's not. Let's get it, right?
It's never too late. And I think that the other thing is like, we have this idea that you have to be a millionaire and make a shitload of money to be financially free. Right. It's not the case. Right. It really comes down to discipline and consistency. That's all.
Yeah.
So that's why I think skaters could be so good at it, man. It's like, that's all it takes.
Man, it just bummed me out growing up skating, just the money side of it, because I always felt like the government was there to like keep you down. Like you make this money throughout the year and boom, they want it back. And then you start all the way over again at zero. And then you build, and then boom, they want it back. And then you're at zero again. Then you build year after year, you know? And I was always like, man, this sucks, man.
They built the system.
And I got to spend money to save money.
Yeah.
Okay,
I got to buy a new TV, you know?
Okay,
like,
so I grew up thinking the same thing, right?
Right.
Did you feel like when you hear about people that like weren't paying any taxes, did you feel like they were scamming the system or they had some shady thing going on?
Yeah, no, I never thought that they were scamming anybody. I thought that it was like, oh god, like, that guy's
scary,
that guy's gonna be kind of fucked.
Okay,
later, you know.
That's what I mean. Same thing,
okay,
right?
yeah.
So, and I think this could be interesting. It was interesting for me. When you start learning about the tax code, it changes your perspective on what you think the government is after when it comes to taxes, right? Like we think the government raises taxes because they want our income, right? They just want our money for the government to run. But when you look at the tax code, right, 95% of the tax code is built for incentives. Only 5% is built to actually raise income for them, right? And what they're trying to do is tell all of us, hey, we want your money invested here because that's going to increase our economy. They're trying to give you a roadmap on things that are going to improve the economy, right? And they give you incentives based on that. So if you start learning the tax code, you realize, oh, government wants me to put my money here. I'm going to put it here. Then they're going to give me incentive. And now all of a sudden I'm not paying taxes.
You're talking about like IRAs and Roth IRAs and different things like that, right?
IRAs and Roth IRAs are a little bit different. That's what's called tax deferral.
Bonds? So, what exactly are you talking about?
No, for example, let's use real estate for an example, right? The government wants you to invest into housing.
Okay.
They want investors to come in and build more homes for people to live in. And when you do that, they give you all these incentives. And for example, with real estate, right? We've all heard how you can depreciate real estate.
Yeah.
Right? Well, think about that. You're depreciating real estate, but real estate appreciates in value. So it's what's called a phantom expense, right? It's an expense that you're showing that you're not taking any money out of your pocket to pay for, right? So you can have a cash flow positive building, which means you have an investment that's paying you money every month, but you're showing a loss. So you're making money and not paying taxes on the money you're making.
Right.
So the government gives you write-offs inside of real estate that will make it so that you don't need to pay taxes. And they do that because they want you to invest into housing. Same thing applies for energy. There's all these components of investing that the government wants you to put dollars into.
Yeah, but my CPA is not telling me all this shit.
So that's another misunderstanding. CPAs are not tax strategists. They're two different things. CPAs are there just to file your taxes.
Right.
They're not there to go, Chris, all right, we're going to build out a strategy for you. And we're going to put all of your dollars in these investments because we're thinking post-dollar returns. That's not what they're there for. For anyone listening, right?
What the hell's my CPA doing? God damn it.
For anyone listening, right? If you're kind of intrigued by this, read the book Tax-Free Wealth. For me, it was like, what the hell did I just listen to? Because I thought a CPA was there to help me be tax efficient as well. Exactly. That's just not their job.
But so how does a normal just person that's living paycheck to paycheck and paying all these taxes, how is just a normal person supposed to accomplish this and invest in real estate and do all the stuff that you're talking about? It almost seems impossible.
Well, it isn't, right? If they don't know, then it's completely impossible.
Yeah. I'm busy skateboarding, bro. I can't look into all this stuff.
Well, that's what the problems with skateboarders are, is that we just forget about anything else going on in the world and we just do whatever we want.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Don't worry. If we make money or don't make money, we don't care. Literally.
Yeah, because we just want to skate, right?
That's it. That's it. Yeah. Mike, this is very, I'm listening. I'm learning right now.
No, it is interesting.
Serious.
It is.
Yeah.
You know what? And look, and I'll be the next. This is me the next thing I say. I don't love money. It's not like I'm just worshiping money. I just think it's interesting that we spend so much time making it, and then we don't get to keep it, and then we don't get to grow it.
Yeah.
Right?
That was my whole thing.
Yeah.
Throughout these years was like starting at zero every year after taxes.
That's right. Dude, my first year, and it wasn't that much money, but Kareem negotiated my S deal, right? I got $2,500 a month. Yeah. I'm big chillin', right? Yeah. I save my money. I'm living like, pretty modestly. End of the year comes, my entire savings wiped out, gone.
Yes.
I have zero money.
Yes.
Right? And that's when it was, what the hell is this? I don't like this. And then Randy came into my life, and then it changed.
God, I wish I had a Randy in my life, man. Jesus, man. Because at the end of it, like Kelly, we were just like, we think that the CPA is there to help us save as much money as possible.
Yeah, you ready for this one? This one kind of sucks too.
God, okay.
Most financial advisors, and I say most, not all, are not there to build financial freedom for you as well.
What are they there for?
Truthfully, a lot of them are there just to sell you product.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Right.
That's not all of them. They're like, for me, for example, Randy's a financial advisor. I was blessed to have somebody who actually built a business and knew how to generate wealth and also manage a private equity division, right? That side's rare. So those guys are out there. I guess with all that said, when you're putting people in charge of managing your money, you need to qualify the shit out of them and pay attention, right? It's like, we skated, so it didn't feel like we were working hard for money, but everybody else works their ass off for money, right?
Yeah.
And so we put in all that work and then we just blindly give our money to somebody and go, oh, you got this. You can't do that. You got to really interrogate these guys and educate yourself through the process. So they're doing a good job.
It's so interesting, man. It's really interesting.
It all comes down to, dog, is school I don't know why. And that would be more of I think the conspiracy side, but dude, school just doesn't tell us these things. They don't show us how to do this.
Isn't that weird?
It's super weird almost. Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Roger, I know you're into the conspiracy theories. What's the newest one? What are they after us for, dog?
No clue at the moment.
No, but it's true, man. Why don't they teach me that in school? Why am I learning?
They don't want you to know that.
Why am I learning about fucking the 1800s? Like, I don't care about the 1800s.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? I'm not.
I do.
You know what I'm saying?
I do. I didn't care back then. I care more now, but I totally hear what you're saying. 100%.
I'm just using that as an example. It's like, why not? Like, why not teach kids how to survive and, work towards financial freedom?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's the first time I've used that word on the podcast, financial freedom.
Look at us, dude. Look, man, we're defying odds here.
No, it's great. It's great. And I think, listen, man, I think what you're doing is great. I think you found your path. I think you found your calling, so to speak. But I think a lot of skaters, they need to hear stuff like this, man. It's not
They need to learn it.
They need to learn it, dude. And sitting here right now, I think I've learned a lot through the years, but there's so much more to learn. And man, I wish a 20-year-old me had these conversations with somebody, or somebody telling me, hey, this is what you kind of need to do.
You gonna go fire your CPA now?
No, don't file your CPA. You just need a tax strategist. You just need another guy on your team, right?
Right. But to a normal person though, that's another cost. It's another sum I got to give money to, you know?
I totally agree. But if they're making you money, then that cost is worth it.
Yeah.
100%. But you know what I'm saying though, the mindset.
Yeah, I totally get it, 100%.
So
what's interesting? Go ahead, Kelly.
I was gonna say, what advice would you give any skaters coming up right now for anything like? I mean, that's a crazy one to be honest. This is a wild west these days in the skateboard world.
It's funny, man. You asked me that, and I actually go straight towards like, how do they make more money? Because you need to make money first, right? And I think that's the good thing about this time. It's like, there's less control from a company standpoint on skaters. Like skaters definitely have the ability now to build their own brand, make their own money, and ultimately do this as long as they want. Where when we were kids, we didn't have that option, right? So, you know, there's that side. I would say from like the investment side, dude, something as simple as not bringing your lifestyle up as you make more money is going to be massive. Like it's so easy to do. We start making more money, and all of a sudden we start spending more money,
of course.
Right?
Want the gold chain.
That's right. But what is incredibly hard to do is to bring that lifestyle down, right? Easy to go up, hard to bring down. So maintaining lifestyle is one thing. Two, it's like, dude, preparing for unexpected issues, right? Building an emergency fund, which is, I think, ideally covering 6 months of expenses, right? Something happens, you have enough cash to support you for 6 months for you to get back on your feet.
Right.
And at that point, it's like, dude, what do you invest in to bring income in every single month that you don't have to work at, right? And then just slowly build that to a point where it covers your lifestyle. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a shitload of work. It really is. But dude, you spend $5,000 a month over 15 years, all of a sudden you have $5,000 of passive income coming in. Dude, that's a massive blessing.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah, I think as skateboarders, when seeing it like, or even you just make a little bit of money, you just start spending that shit. Fast,
you spend,
dude.
you make money, you spend.
It's
money.
funny, the more money you make, you start to understand like, okay, I gotta chill. I mean, some people think that way. I don't know.
You don't know how many people have sat in this chair and cars and watches, like they just spend frivolously.
Yeah, and then I think another thing too for the guys who are savers, right?
Yeah.
You can't just save either, right? You have to save the money so that you have cash to put into investments. But saving money, you're losing money, right? You can't even keep up with inflation at that rate, especially now. So it's like you have to get your money to work so that it's growing and bringing you in money. A lump sum of money does nothing for you because career is going to end. You're not going to change your lifestyle. You're going to start spending that money and it's going to be gone. And then once it's gone, then you're going to be forced to action, right? It's just how we are.
You need to send those soldiers out to war and have them bring back more.
Dude, that's right.